Yeah, we about to do it.
Yes, sir.
Well, and I'm eating too. Community Coalition Show back in this thing. K Wilson, David 2K was good, fam.
It's good, gang.
Hey, we
out here.
Yep. Episode we say this was. This is
114.
114. Just said it too.
That's literally 2 seconds ago. You were like 114. I was like, all right, bet.
Pulled it up in everything.
And I wrote it down.
Monday night. This is what happens on Monday nights, y'all.
It is. Man, can you imagine if we get back in person and like we're gonna be acting a fool? That's all I know.
Yeah, this podcast is gonna take forever to do. Yeah, it is.
Like we already start at 10, and then we used to start at 9. Then we went to 10, and I know that like if we were to get back into in person, it would just be foolishment all night.
Yeah, Monday nights, long nights. Yeah. But it's all good. I did want to shout out and tell you happy belated birthday, bro. I know I've said it all weekend.
Thank you very much.
Just wanted to say it on the show. We had fun yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Went out and kicked it a little bit.
Yep. And you know what? Surprisingly, this morning I woke up very refreshed. I have no idea why. I woke up and I was like, I feel rested. I feel wonderful.
That's good.
Is this what 29 is? Like,
I mean, hopefully it's not stressful.
Hey, cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. My cup. I don't even know what my cup is. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that real quick. Happy birthday. Yep.
And I very much appreciate all the people that reached out to me and said happy birthday. Even the people that didn't reach out, I appreciate you anyway.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Love.
So 29 is a good year, bro.
Counting on it.
Yeah. Oh man,
new things, hopefully new experiences, and hopefully more leveling up.
Yeah, and no scams.
We'll see. If I find one that starts working for me, we'll see.
Oh man, so you bring us right in. Scam.
Right.
It's like the world. I don't know if it's just my world or the world.
No, actually, I think it's. So here's the thing about it. I think it's really. I think it's people just really trying to. No, it's people that are bored. Well, you have to be bored to do this.
I don't think it's boredom. Okay, first, let's define it. If you all don't know, I'm pretty sure some people have been a victim of scammers.
Right.
They know some scammers. You're probably a scammer yourself. Right. So it's a problem.
And if you're Nigerian, 419.
Y'all go back. Y'all.
We're the originals.
Y'all, especially on that. But
Nigerian Prince. Like y'all can't
check
tell
scams.
Me nothing.
Yeah. Oh man. Not a good thing. Your whole country is known for scams.
Right. Like I can literally text someone right now and be like, hey, what's up? I'm a Nigerian Prince. Like I can literally text an old number on my phone right now and be like, hey, I'm a Nigerian Prince. I never said this when we were talking to each other, but hey, I need money. I need to help my wife out. Because I'm hitting up someone that I got their number and super long time ago, and I'd say my wife needs help.
And I pray for the people who've
fallen
for it, even till this day.
Bamboozled.
Yes, well, I mean, out of money, like identity, money,
bang.
All kinds of stuff. And so when I think of scammers now, I go beyond I'm looking at anybody who's trying to get over on somebody.
Right.
So a lot of times, again, it's the money piece. You're getting that.
Mm-hmm.
Identity theft is another big one. People, and I don't think it's just boredom. I think, let's go back. Scamming is still one of the oldest professions.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you got somebody out there, you got somebody trying to get you for something.
Right.
So a cheat, a scammer, a hustler, whatever you call them, a swindler.
Right.
These people are out there, and so I think about it, it's almost like a yin and a yang.
Right.
You know, some people going to do it honestly. They're going to try and get their money the hard working way, the honest way, and then you got some people that's out there that's not.
Right.
And you know, they work hard too.
Yeah, they do.
They work hard.
Also, I would think that like if you work this hard at scamming, everybody around you, like actually working on like what you're trying to do is a lot easier.
Yes and no sometimes.
You know what? Let me preface this. So there was a dude at my school. I'm not gonna say. I should say his name, but I'm not going to. So
okay, we ain't no snitchers now.
If you know, you know, and a lot of you know, we know. There's a dude at the school. This guy has a sob story, and he would always talk about how him and his mom aren't in a good place, and how he has a job and he's doing this and like he's doing all this stuff, and how he got it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
How he got kicked out of the school, and then how like the school's like trying to finesse him, and then like how everybody literally tried to help this dude, like either with trying to get a job or like the thing that really got me was that like this man, he has a phone, and he would always ask to borrow someone's phone. And I definitely let him borrow my phone a couple times.
Because his phone ain't work. His phone wasn't
and
activated.
Then like he said, it was always, oh, my phone isn't charged. And I don't know how many people have given this man either money to get a charger or just flat out given him a charger. I've definitely flat out given him a charger because I know that my phone was always like, I always stayed strapped with a charger because I knew that I could charge my phone in class.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just gave him one of my extra chargers, and I was like, here, you got it. And the next time you would see them, hey, can I borrow your phone? My phone is dead. What happened to the charger I just gave you?
Because his phone didn't work at all. And that's the thing, like,
his phone did. The sad thing, his phone, he had a phone.
You can have a phone, but if that phone isn't activated or anything. I see teenagers all the time. They walk around with phones that weren't active to a service, and that's why they always hang around hot like spots with
Wi-Fi.
McDonald's, because McDonald's is famous for having Wi-Fi.
Right.
I just see it all the time. Yeah, like the group home kids I used to work with and stuff. Yeah, they all had cell phones, but just it was apparent stuff.
Emergency.
No, it wasn't even emergency. It wasn't active. They couldn't dial out, so they had to be around Wi-Fi to get to social media and things like that, so they could use it that way. But yeah, see it all the time. I think some people, scammers in general. Right. One, I think we have to understand that we live in a world that is. I think immoral people outnumber moral people. I think that's one thing. So I think people they don't care how they get it. Mm-hmm. They just trying to get it.
Right.
And so they're going to try to get it any means possible. I got to get it from you. I got to get it from the system. I'm getting it somehow, And then, I think that's one thing that's out there also too. Like I said, people, sometimes they do feel like it's easier. Mm-hmm. I had a dude tell me this once. I can ask 10 people. Think about it. I can ask 10 people for $10, made $100 that day.
Right.
Or if you do the math, what was minimum wage back in the day? $7.50?
Yeah.
Do $7.50 times 8.
750 times 8.
Watch this. $7.50. Hold on. $7.50, right? Mm-hmm. An hour times 8-hour workday. Mm-hmm. $60.
Mm.
And that's before taxes and all that. So this dude he was like, yo, I make tax-free $100 by just asking people. Or I can go get a job, bust my ass, and get that minimum wage.
Mm.
And this is what he did. And so again, for moral people who work, people think like that, we're like, still, but think about the person who doesn't give a shit about nobody.
Mm.
He looked at the numbers. I used to say this all the time, and I go back to a couple of things. Like I always said, like there's not much difference between a criminal mastermind and a corporate CEO.
Right.
Skills can translate.
One's in a suit, one is just
but the skills are there.
Yeah.
One did it their way and one did it another way.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about all this, and you see that's why like this. There's many ways you have to get money. There's going to be a lot of different ways, and people aren't going to live by or play by what they feel like the rules.
Right.
They don't care about the rules. And that's why you have a lot of people out here. So if I sound like I'm sympathizing with the scammers, I'm really not.
Yeah.
I've been a victim of them too.
Yeah.
But I will say I try to see things from all perspectives.
Yep.
And I've seen that before, So do I think it's cool? Nah, especially when you're the one getting got.
Right. But also I'm the dude that finessed like half the school, like he really pissed me off because not only did he screw like me over, he screwed over the wrong people. Like he screwed over people in the army, people in the military, and pretty much like by the end of like me being in school, like people were like, "Oh no, I'm looking for this dude to like beat him up."
Well, that's typically what happens when you play on that side.
Right.
You cross the people, you piss people off because again, you're getting over on people.
Right.
Yeah, that's the other side of the world.
It was literally on site.
Yeah. Now think about it at a large scale. Think about, I got real money out of you. Sometimes it happens. Like people. I look at any type of scam. Sometimes I look at these scams and I'm like, how do they work? Like every day, I get a phone call, random number. What does it say? Your car extended warranty has expired. Please call blah blah blah. All that jazz, right? Everybody's gotten that phone call.
Right. I love what you do though, because we've talked about it out here. What you do is, it's like, oh, all right, let me pay that out, or at least you get connected to the person that's that'll help you, and then it's like, hey, yo, you got me, you got this, right?
I do. I mess with them. Even bill collectors and stuff. I mess with them.
Right.
One thing I learned when I was young, I actually took a course on like debt collecting and the techniques of debt collecting and all the calls and stuff. So I learned the game.
Wow.
One, I'm gonna pay you when I pay you. You're not gonna bully me. That's one thing. So you can call me with all that tough talk. And now the whole thing, now everybody's a scammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I do, I never share your information over the phone. When they call, people call you and they ask to confirm your address. No. You call me.
That part is the scariest thing.
No,
for me.
Don't give it to them.
Like even if it's a former address, I'm like, you shouldn't. Why do you know where I live?
My response is, if you have any correspondence, you mail it to me. You mail it to me. Because don't share your information over the phone. Right. One, people listening. Two, if you already know my information, any official business, any correspondence has to be mailed to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to give you anything over the phone.
Right.
No, I don't. Is this so-and-so? Yeah. Can you confirm your address? No, I cannot. I cannot do anything on the phone. Whatever address you have, you send it to there. I'm not giving you anything over the phone. If you think it's me, mail it.
Mm.
And they get mad. Well, sir, we just need to. No, sorry, can't do it. And I start to mess with them. You got it? You gonna hold me down? You gonna pay it? You gonna work with me like what's up? Like, you called me. I get them mad. They hang up on me.
Right.
Because no. And then that's how you know sometimes they scammers too.
Yeah.
Can you confirm your address? No, so I can just willingly give you my spot.
Mm.
Yeah, right. No, no. One.
I should just be like I should just start saying, "Oh, now it's my girl place."
Or they say no. I'm not giving you any of my information. If you have any correspondence, you mail it to whatever address you have. Done.
Mm.
You know they can't make you do anything. That's another
Right.
thing, y'all. Don't let these people bully you.
Right.
They know all the tips. They all the tricks. These things are skills. They are
Mm.
taught this stuff. No, you don't have to do anything.
Mm.
I know exactly who I owe. I know. I know what it is. I know who it is.
Mm.
Like I always say, you get it when I give it to you.
Right.
I know the consequence to all that, whatever it is.
Right.
You can't make me do anything.
Right.
Take me to court. Do what you gotta do.
Right.
Well, we're wrapped in. But I mean, if it don't get to that point, like, no, anybody on the phone, some stranger is not gonna walk up to call you or send you something, expect you to just do it.
Right.
I remember a couple years ago. And that's what I'm saying. Anything over the phone. They tried to call my wife talking about the IRS. You go owe money to the IRS. She don't really know the game, like, so
Right.
she gets shook. I'm there. I'm like, who you talking to? She's like, well, they asking. They say give me the phone. Let me holler at them real quick. Who is this? Well, sir, this is the IRS. What branch? Where you from? What's your number? All that. No. Send the correspondence. You mail it over. Bye. Click.
Mm.
No. That's how they be getting over when people be playing. They be scaring people, bullying people. That's how I always hear the scheme about people preying on older people, calling them, telling they got all this stuff, and people they don't know any better. They're not really checking on stuff, and they give them money over the phone. Never pay anybody over the phone.
Right.
No. Do your work, y'all. Do your due diligence. These people out here going crazy. They trying to scam me, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think there's a lot of people that don't want to go to work because they getting it in other ways.
Right.
I mean, some people scamming us. Some people still scamming the government. What do you think everybody trying to get the PPP loans for?
Mm.
They scam too.
So that they can go to Miami.
I mean, they in Tulum. They going nuts. Until a couple months later, and they're like, "Oh wait, what?"
Yo, that PPP loan for your business.
Nah.
What was your business called again?
Nah. The joint is nah. Run that back. Matter of fact, come sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, run them pockets.
Come sit down. in our facility over here. Come sit down for a couple months, and we're gonna need that money back with interest.
Mm-hmm.
And all the fees that come along with it.
Right.
Good luck. Yeah. This is what this is all about. These people, I mean, I thought I'd seen a lot. They going on Obama's identities. That's an old scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like we was talking about earlier, it may not be so much to like obtain directly, but now social media is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We all get it.
Right.
We get that DM, some person somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's always a chick. Beautiful pictures. Instagram account got like 5 pictures, no posts. You're a scammer.
Yeah.
You're a scammer. So again, what do I do? My jerk ass? I talk to him.
Nah, but like we gotta talk. I don't even want to start with the IG like model pictures. Let's go even deeper. Let's talk about Tinder. Let's talk about how there are scammers on Tinder. Oh, they may only have one pic. Oh, but you swipe right because the picture looks good. And then, oh hey, you say, hey, what's up? They say, hey, I have this, like they have a whole spiel.
Yeah.
Click this link.
They're doing that. Or I've even seen like somebody got my WhatsApp. Hit me on WhatsApp like, Hey, what's going on? It's been a long time. I ain't seen you in so long. I'm like, who? What? I don't even be on with. I don't use WhatsApp like that. Like, who is this? Who are you? Who this?
Mm.
This is so and so and so. And then you can always tell because one, the language is not always perfect.
Right.
The grammar of the text is not always perfect. It's always broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can know it's not somebody like that's probably somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know. And then what happens is they start a conversation, seem like everything's cool,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start asking for money, setting you up.
Right.
Oh well, I have some hard times over here. Could you please just help me out? Block that person. For real.
Yeah.
Block them.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it, y'all.
Yeah.
And that's why they always use attractive people,
Mm-hmm.
pretty women in those pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
I had one somebody hit me, right?
Yeah.
And it was IG comedian chick that I recognize and follow.
Mm.
Chick named Natalie Odell. So somebody hit me and they literally
Hold up.
tried to use they tried to use this lady's whole profile. Every pic she had on her IG, they had on their IG.
Mm.
This girl has pictures of her sister and stuff. Like she's known. She has a lot of followers. People know who she is.
Right.
And the scammer tried to use all that. So if you didn't know who this woman was, if you didn't know who Natalie Odell was, you would have thought this was a whole new person.
Right.
So hit me with a different name. I'm like, who, what? So I recognized the pictures. I'm like, oh, I've seen her on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this isn't her. So what I do, I snitch. Man, if I didn't DM Natalie, hey, I think somebody using your stuff, yo. I just want to let you know.
Right.
Copy the whole profile, sent it over in her DM. Like, you need to know what's going on out here.
Right.
People using your likeness out here to get over.
Right.
That's dirty. Like, if you ever seen pictures of Natalie Odell, yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I imagine some dude out there saw them pictures and was like, "Yo, she fine."
It's a pandemic, not a pandemic.
And she wants to talk to me. So they prey on these people, like they prey on people who don't know any better.
Right.
It's a nasty world out there, y'all. And
they're literally catfishing.
Yeah. I mean, there's scammers all. I mean, I've seen scammer. I mean, and I know we use the word scam, but I mean, like anybody who's trying to.
They're scammers.
Yeah. I remember I tell the story all the time. Me and my sister tell the story. Like, there's a dude down the street who's known dude who's standing on the corner ask for money.
Mm.
Kind of like our age, who wasn't that old, and he's real aggressive. Like, he's one of them dudes you pull up at the red light. He's walking up on you like, "Hey yo, I need some money." Hey yo, like he kind of aggressive with it.
Right.
One time he tried. What? Don't make me get out this car. But so me and my sister having me talking about it. I was like, "You seen dude?" So I'm describing. She's like, "Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he got a whole apartment.
Yo,
whole spot down White Oak." I'm like, okay. My man, full-time job. He was literally out there. He was paying his rent. He was getting his bills paid, panhandling on the street.
Man.
You know him. I said, "Yo, I see him all the time out there." Like, she's like, "Nah, he go home at night." Wow. Here we go. And so, but those things have become so popular. I think I told the story in the pod a while ago about this young kid ran up on me outside Chipotle.
Yeah, I remember.
He had Jordans on, fresh outfit. I gotta get something to eat. Fam, what? Wait, how old are you? First of all, you like 18. Mm-hmm. You're like 6'5". If you don't go get your ass back to school,
right?
Fresh pair of Jordans. Say you better go set up. If you that hungry, you better go set up Jordans.
Right.
Like,
or you better go take a GED test and
you better do something to get from around here. I was so mad.
Right.
Exactly. Sometimes the confrontation is in me. Like, I shouldn't be saying some of this stuff because I don't know this kid. He could have pulled out on me, whatever. He could, it could have been a problem. But at this point, it's like, no. You out here standing outside this store asking people for food when you literally are capable of doing something else.
Right.
No, I can't. They can't allow that, yo.
Bro. So for the longest time, whenever I was taking BART when I was going to school, every it was literally every week, but it was every couple days. You would see this lady. She has a child with her.
Yeah.
And she's asking for money.
Yeah.
And she has something different on every day. So there was something about that.
Yeah.
And then not only that, it became 2 kids at one point. The kids are wearing something different every day. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that I should not give money to you.
Yeah. Or you going like something's going on. You know, like
right.
It's hard. That's the hard part too, especially when people like again, your heart, you want to give, you want to help out.
Right.
But sometimes the optics don't line up. So you hesitate, and then happens is you become scarred. Or it's just the sheer numbers, yo.
Right.
Like I tell you, when I used to leave my office when I worked in DC, I remember literally office was in the middle of the block. By the time I left my office, walked down to the end of the block, walked to the Starbucks across the street, 3 or 4 people have asked me for money. Like, then I got to walk back and see him again. That's a lot. That's hard. Like, sometimes, I mean, like, even if you wanted to,
right?
Can you imagine giving all them times?
Right.
That's just the block. Then sometimes I would get on the train, take the train home. A couple times I had a conversation. Dude, they realized, they learned, we're gonna ride the train when the people get off work, and we're gonna ask the people on the train for money.
Yep.
And one dude, he looked like he was targeting women. Women sitting on the train, you know, working. They coming up. It's 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. People went at work all day. This is my mom's. This is my wife. Like, and they on the train. Come on, please, man. All up in their faces.
Right.
Nah, I got a problem with that. We're gonna have a conversation.
Right.
And this is where being a big dude comes in handy. Like, nah, leave them women alone. That's one thing I'm always been big about. You don't mess with women around me.
Right.
Don't do that. Like, we will have a problem, and whatever that goes. So it's one thing you can sit there, you can be cordial about it, you can ask.
Right.
But don't get up in these women's faces.
Right.
You say it one time, they don't do nothing, you keep it moving. You know? So I wasn't a fan of that. So again, I get up like, nah, hey, think that's somewhere else. Nah, man, you ain't gonna be talking to these women like this. Now, come on, man, I was trying to, no. It's not how you gonna do it.
Not around me, fam.
Not around me. I'm not with that. Like, don't let this suit fool you. I had you wrapped up in this train real quick, yo.
Right.
You're playing with me. So stuff like that. What is this? It feels like everything is it's flooded.
Yeah, it is.
So much.
Right.
So
you never want to see someone get. I think it's the first time I actually saw somebody like get scared on the train, and like dude was really like, he was really about that life. He was like, hey, leave me alone, or leave them alone, or I'm gonna just steal you.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you gotta get to that. And like I said, you don't want to be like, well, at some point now, somebody gotta tell them. Somebody don't tell them, they're gonna keep doing it. And then you know how stuff like that goes. Sometimes it gets worse. They get more aggressive. And next thing they're putting their hands on somebody, they're harming somebody. No. Yeah. So it's all kinds of scammers. A couple of years ago, they hacked my account twice in 1 year.
Dang.
And nowadays it's not as bad, especially with the bank. The banks, they're insured, they get it. You cut it off as soon as you can. You get your money back in like a week or two.
Right.
But it's just a sheer inconvenience.
Right.
Like one time I was at the grocery store, I'm buying groceries, go to swipe the card. What? They ain't working. What the fuck? Like, what you mean I got money on this joint? Like, embarrassed. So I'm embarrassed. I got people behind me. It's a whole bunch of groceries. Swipe my card, like, what? It's not working.
Mm.
So I'm like, yo, she's like, step off real quick, figure it out. I gotta take these other people. So I'm like, checking my account online. That joint is drained.
Dang.
I'm like, so I had to go, and then you gotta go through that process.
Right.
Now it's a sheer inconvenience at this point.
Mm.
Like, nobody wants to go through this stuff. It sucks. My mom went through it not too long ago. My mom is older. She don't know about these processes. She's stressing out.
Yeah.
She didn't realize she's gonna get her money back. She thought it was gonna be something like, nah, I'm trying to tell her, calm down. Like, you're gonna get your money back. It's insured. It's okay. And then, she's why do people do this? Why?
Yeah.
I had to explain it. I had to break it down and tell her too. Like,
yeah. I had to do the same thing
it's not
for
personal. It's just
yeah.
you're a number.
Right. I had to do the same thing with my dad because he got scammed. I've been scammed. Not only did I get scammed, but like so I was buying stuff on eBay and someone hacked my account. And you know what? I have Dude's address. It's in Florida. I got family in Florida. We could pull up real quick.
I mean, next time we down there,
Allegedly.
Next time we down there, I might, but that's a whole nother scale. Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful of them joints.
No, but like, let me talk about this real quick because this was like, I found comedy in it. This dude bought a cologne that was $53. Now, I'm not a big cologne guy, but any cologne that costs over like $10, $20, I'm not doing it. So you thought it would be okay. You said, oh, all this cologne, and it's only 50 something dollars. Let me scam this dude right here and let me just drain his account.
That's what they do. Sometimes they test it out. I realized that's what they did with my mom. They took it a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, and she didn't realize those little charges. So they said, okay, try the big one. And they kept doing it until she realized and they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they was probably flipping that cologne. You never know. You never know, right?
Right.
But that's what these people do. Like, that's another thing. Buying stuff online, the eBay scams.
Mm-hmm.
I know in certain parts of the country, you travel certain parts of the world. So I remember last time I went to Miami, there were a lot of places they're like, yo, bring cash. Because ATMs,
right,
they break them. There's like a lot of restaurants, even sometimes the waiters and stuff like that.
Right.
They'll take your card, go copy it. When you go hand it to them to pay, next thing you know, they got your info. So it's like places like that. People just all over. It taught me I had to really come up with like a different system and how I play money and stuff like that. So like I have a whole other account that I do my online shopping, my little purchases and stuff like that. Like,
right.
So if you get that, ain't nothing really in there. But you're not touching my main accounts. Because I had to learn. Because again, sometimes you don't know when they hit you. Right. You don't know when exactly they got you. You look at your purchases like you don't know, So it makes, like I had to tell this to my mom, like you have to take the proper steps to protect yourself.
Right.
And that may mean a couple extra layers. You might have something different in your routine, but it's worth it. Like I said, yes, that means I got a whole nother account. Yeah, I got to transfer money to that account. I got to monitor a whole nother account when I use it, stuff like that. But I ain't had no problem since.
Right.
You got to be careful, like I said, not even just money too, the phone calls. People, you never know. People everybody's a scam everywhere.
Yeah.
The old traditional scam, even like where you shop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to be careful out here. People like I see people posing as fake anything nowadays.
Yeah.
They scamming anywhere. Dudes posing as fake doctors in the hospital and stuff. People are posing for
I saw one that said, "Hey, it's Michael Jackson. I'm not really dead. I need $200."
Damn.
because I need to finish out this tour.
You will
First
really
of
go
all,
for that.
you dead.
You've been
Second of
there.
all,
Like,
you've been dead.
look,
Second off,
you did.
no, but like that's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has a whole team with it. $200 isn't doing it.
That's what I'm saying. If you falling for that one. But then I think about like, so one thing that happens at us
Mhm.
is a lot of dudes on a nice day, all these dudes come around and try to solicit things.
Mhm.
How home repair stuff, the roofing dude, the gutter dude.
Yeah,
They
they've been
rocking
coming
with it.
around too.
And any warm day, especially, somebody ringing the door.
Mhm.
And so again, when they talk to my wife, she be listening. Oh, we give you a deal today. This deal, we come through, we pay this deposit right now, we're gonna come through. No. No. First of all, I don't like opening my door to you because I don't want you to see the inside of my crib. I got fam.
Right.
No, I don't answer the door. And if I do happen to answer the door, you get me.
Yeah.
I'm not pleasant about it. I'm sorry. I'm not nice and friendly with them. I'm sorry. I
You
don't know
shouldn't
you.
be. You.
I can do this deal.
This is my property.
Yeah. First of all, one, I don't know you. I don't care what you do. Yeah, anybody can look legitimate, y'all. That's another thing. They can have the company polo with the logo. Anybody, I can make that right now.
Right.
Anybody can have the.
All you need is a clipboard.
It ain't nothing but Vista print. Company make a little polo, make a little clipboard and all that. That ain't nothing.
Right.
People go through great lengths to scam you, and they will do all that to scam you.
Right.
First of all, I don't do business with nobody I know. I'm Googling your company. I'm Google searching. I need to know who you are. So if you come to my door, there's no business that's going to happen right there. My first thing is, as soon as they start talking, I don't need it. I'm not interested. Give me a card. Well, sir, I'm not doing anything today. Either you can give me a card right now, or you might want to leave.
Right. You can catch these hands, man.
I got hands. I got a couple things by the door. Catch something. You know, I do like I did that snake last week. Keep playing with me. Like, caught the snake slipping around the yard. He caught it. So keep playing with me. Like, but that's how that conversation goes. I'm not buying anything right now. No, nothing's happening. Right. If I want you, you give me information, I will call you. That's how life goes. If I need you, I'll call you. Got it.
Right.
I'm gonna put this card next to that stack of other cards over here, because all them dudes have been out there. Because one time, and I get curious sometimes.
Right.
I go Google it. Let me see the name of this company. Google it. What comes up? This is a scam. Don't do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got a whole bunch of scammers walking around my neighborhood too. But now I don't like that either. So I watch them. You know, like I don't call the cops or nothing.
Right.
But I watch them. Because again, we live in a quiet neighborhood. These dudes will pull up with a truck in the middle of the day. Next thing you know, they cleaned you out.
Right.
You know, like the Wet Bandit. Remember Home Alone, the Wet Bandits? That's literally what they did.
Yeah.
They picked, what were they supposed to be, plumbers or something?
Yeah.
And they would scope the house out, and then they knew who was home and stuff like that, because they scope houses out looking like legitimate, and they would go back and rob you. That happens in real life.
Yeah.
So I don't trust none of these dudes. Even a legitimate dude. The dude came out to check the heater a couple weeks ago. I'm looking at my man. Where you from, dog? What company? What's your name? All right. Yeah, I called y'all. All right. I don't know you. And it's me who's home. When anytime them come, you getting me. You're not getting my wife. You're not getting it.
Right.
They out. It's me. So you got to deal with me today. They try to get nice. No. Heater down here. Let's get to it. Ain't no looking around now. Come on. Let's get up and get out of here. I'm very cautious about the safety of my fam. Because you know, like I'm saying, that's unfortunate we have to be this way.
Yeah.
But I don't know you.
Right. Bro. I was finishing out this A&R job, and I started, like, as I was finishing, I was honestly looking for another one, just so that I could keep up on the skill, and I could and maybe I can make some money.
Yeah.
So I found another label or another music company.
I gotta let this go.
Hit him up. I was like, hey, I'm kind of interested. I'm just finishing out this job. What would I have to do? Oh, hey, yeah. Come on. Talk to the dude. And he was like, oh yeah, we do that here. We do that here too. Yeah, we do all that here. And then started poking around, looking at the website. Then I hit you up and I was like, hey, can you, because I know that you actually like know how to vet these things. So I was like, hey, can you look up this company? And could you look up like if they're legit? Because what it sounded like was, oh, we're just pushing this so that people could buy, like they're pushing packages to people so that they could like I'm pretty sure they were just buying streams for like everything instead of like actually having
I remember
product.
It was twofold. It was pretty much like multi-level marketing type scheme where they pushed the product out, was like the streaming and getting people to like sign up for that process.
Right.
But then if you wanted to work with them, you had to buy in like a $200 package or something for you to just work with them and you push their product.
Right.
That's what it was. Yeah, I remember that. No.
I'm not paying to work with an artist that's making money that's pretty much making money off me.
Well, any job you have to pay, and that's not like no. And that's how you get people.
The music industry doesn't have money as it is. Why am I buying in?
Because that's the model. You know, like, but the way, which everybody has their models, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way they get people in. Remember, we was telling a story with Dash. Remember, Dash was telling us a story about them joints. I remember the first time somebody got me, and it was that company Cutco, and you selling knives, and I ain't know no better. I remember I was on campus at school,
right, trying to push the knives.
Somebody was like, "Yo, we got a job over." They bought so many jobs. You're making like $18, $19 an hour at the time. It's a couple of years ago. $18 an hour. It's pretty sweet for a 19-year-old kid.
Right.
They ain't no detail. They was like, yo, all you gotta do is show up for orientation. What? Fill out the little form you show. They give you a date and time to show up. Like, okay, I'm in there. I remember telling my mom, like, I got a job, about to be straight. It's like decent money.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, man, I showed up to that joint. A random office building, random office park.
Right.
There's like 10 other people there. Like, you look at each other like the Spider-Man meme.
Right.
Okay, we here for okay. So you still like, okay, we here for the same job. Okay, they got jobs. Okay. And you start this presentation. And they talking about this product and how it's so great. This product you ain't never heard of before. Why is this the greatest product on earth I've never heard of? Okay. These must be the best knives ever. But they cutting through trees and stuff. Like, okay. Like, so we go through this whole presentation. And then they hype it up. They gassing you like, oh yeah, we can do this. Okay. Yeah. Then they get to the end of the presentation. Yeah, but blah blah blah. It's $200 fee. That covers all your little back page stuff and all. Wait, $200 for what?
The product.
I employee though. Like, start like, wait, no, I'm not. No, you're technically an independent contractor, and wait, nigga, no. Any benefits, yo?
And then there's the whole, oh, but you gotta spend money to make money. You know how the game goes.
You gotta invest in yourself. No, I'm trying to get a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Right.
I was like 19. What you mean? No. You got to set up appointments and stuff. No, I'm not selling no knives. No.
Right.
No. Never. No. But the whole way they went about it was nasty to me. And they still doing it. That's why even when Dash was telling the story, I'm like, it's the same game. They ain't changed the game. They just keep changing the product.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and some people do it, and some people like it, and some people make money off of it.
Right.
To me, it was how they got people to come to them. Right. You really was lying to people, and they know that.
Mm-hmm.
So even now, every now and then, I see one of them ads. They online, like if you ever see the ad online, on like a job board.
Do you want to be your own boss?
Got that. Or job, great pay, and they tell you all this stuff about the job, but they don't tell you what it is. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you the company's name for a very specific reason.
Right.
Like
that's by design.
Yeah. Like again, to me, that's kind of scamming. It might be, and it's legitimate business. Like it's just how they do it. It just. Or you got a friend who, hey man, you want to come to my house to hear this presentation? No, don't go. Don't go, y'all. Don't go. You're gonna be sitting in that joint with his regional manager gassing you up or whatever it is, the VP, or they always bring out some millionaire type band who's supposed to be a millionaire in the company. Mm-hmm. Who's supposed to be
wearing a sport jacket.
Yeah, somebody I've been selling these sport drinks for 10 years. No, it don't be 10 years, but like 2 years, and I made $1 million, huh? Gold level member.
Yeah.
Bam.
I've definitely fallen for one of those.
I think we all have at some point, like, it's the game. Sometimes you're curious. And it's like, or sometimes the person that gets you, a couple times the person that got me when I was younger, it was somebody I really trusted. It was somebody I kind of couldn't say no to because of the relationship we had together. Like it was like one of them people. Right. So you end up sucked in for a couple of weeks. And I would ride them out because I never paid them. You're not gonna get my money though.
Right.
And they just hound you. And they call you all the time.
Yeah.
I got one of them joints now. It's like the insurance people, like, because I started shopping around like life insurance. Mm-hmm. Hooked up with somebody I know. Dang, why I do that? I love them. But they call me like every day. Are you ready now? We can set up an appointment. Tell me, no. When I need you, I will call you good. So now it's just like, they're trying to like weigh you down.
Sadly, I think I know who you're talking about too.
You might. And I love people. I'm just not in the need.
Right.
They don't understand that. Like, I need you chill. I love you though. So I probably get one of those once a week at least.
Really?
Somebody hit me about once a week. So I have to constantly respectfully decline. And that's just the people I know. Then you go on like social media. And like we were talking about before, I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I love Bumble Biz, but I'm sick of it. Sick of it now. Not what it used to be. When Bumble Biz first started, and my homegirl put me on because she was doing work with the company.
Right.
She was like, it's a great networking tool, and it was great. Matter of fact, a lot of friends now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Dash, all them I met on Bumble Biz.
Oh.
We was linking up on Bumble Biz. Danny, like all them. I've had so many friends, like people that I consider like friends now. Right. Over the last couple of years, what Bumble Biz, and it was a great tool, and it's a shell of what it is today. Sucks now. I ain't afraid to say it. I'm sorry. And if somebody worked for Bumble Cane, I'd tell them the same thing. Now it's scammer central. It is the place for, I don't know who did it. One of them Bitcoin bammers learned about it and they told everybody.
Right.
They told all their little Bitcoin friends. Now, let me find it. It's so annoying.
Yo, real quick. Everybody pushing Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin money.
It's not even Bitcoin money. It just be like.
First of all, we went to school together. I know you don't got Bitcoin money.
But I mean, And
You
I'm gonna
came
say
from
this,
the same. You came from down the street from me. I know you don't
like,
got Bitcoin money.
like I think it's sometimes it don't even be about the money part. It's just like not everybody does it.
Mm,
Not everybody's into the same thing, y'all. Like there's other ways to get money.
right,
There are even other ways to invest.
right.
Ooh, what they've turned it into again is it's almost like the multi-level thing.
Right.
So what do they say? Let me find. I'm gonna find one. Um, hold on. Where pretty much they say, if you're looking for an opportunity, to make money from your phone or
Yeah.
looking for an opportunity to invest in yourself, to invest. I'm an investor. I'm a financial rep. Any of those things run.
Right.
Run. If you're online, you see those run.
Run on site.
Run on site. Do not do swipe.
Don't pass go
Do
because
not.
they're gonna
They're gonna take
you
your $200.
right. I was gonna say if you pass go, they're gonna you're gonna owe them $200.
Yeah, dude, leave them people alone. And again, if y'all out there, I'm not trying. It just is annoying. It is.
No, I am trying to
It's
dog
annoying.
you
You know, yeah.
because there was one time where someone impersonated my cousin, took all of the pictures, took a few of the pictures. Hey, they messaged me. They're like, "Hey, this is my new account. My old account got hacked."
See, yeah.
And then, like after maybe 5 minutes of talking to them, they're like, "Yo, do you know about Bitcoin?" I said, "What?
That's what they do.
Does
Oh,
Bitcoin translate to Naira?" First of all. Second of all, this is my cousin.
but that's how they do. That's how they do that. They take people. Oh, especially on IG. I've seen a lot on IG now where they taking people and they just stealing you. And you got to tell the person like, "Hey, yo, there's somebody out here. This ain't you."
Right.
Like people are stealing people's profiles.
And then, like right after I had that conversation, that whole profile just like revealed itself, and it became, "Oh, I'm this chick, and I'm a forex Bitcoin trader." And I was just like, "Wait, you lied?"
Of course.
Like,
I just want to know if there's so many forex traders out there. Like,
I know all of you are
no, they
either
broke.
Y'all are broke.
You're broke. Everybody, it's a multi-level thing now. And then after, like, honestly, and I'll be real, like, you hound me enough. I'm not going to do business with you
At all.
like people. I own Bitcoin. I own some.
You can ask me for $1. I won't do it.
But I mean, like, why would I go to you to do it? They make Bitcoin real easy. Like Cash App, you can own
Cash
Bitcoin
App,
through
you can
Cash
get
App.
it right.
So why would I go through one of y'all? And then I gotta deal with y'all. Y'all gonna be hounded. No, I'm not. No, like stop it. Nobody wants to go through all that anymore.
No one wants to go through you to make money.
Yeah, so that's why I say now it's like places like Bumble Biz is become a shell of itself. And it sucks because that's all it is. Like I said, they must have had a conference call and somebody said you can advertise on Bumble Biz and they thought it was the hottest thing ever and now they all do it. Like the platform is like ill.
Nah.
Like stop, y'all. Stop.
Yeah.
But this I don't know. I just think there's so many more efficient ways to do it. You don't have to hound people. It don't come off like a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't.
Sadly, like I do think that like the whole dating app type thing for a job would be genius if there weren't so many scammers.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what kind of Bumble was because it had different departments.
Right.
So Bumble had the whole dating thing. You could go in
dating. It had friends. It had
business.
the business.
and I used the business one. So it was sweet. It was a sweet networking tool.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like they caught on. So yeah, we can talk about scam, but scammers, y'all, just be aware. Know they out
Mm-hmm.
there. Protect yourself.
Please.
If it looks too good to be true, probably is. If they talking too nice, probably are.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but like we live in a world where you got to think of things as potentially being a scam.
Right. Always look out for that person from high school that literally said maybe 2 words to you the whole time y'all were there.
They just randomly pop up on social media. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? It's been a long time. Um,
Yeah, it has.
and then
I
here you
remember
go.
that one time you called me. Yeah, I remember that one time you bullied me.
Or look for the profile that doesn't have any friends, has like 2 pictures and no posts.
Can't do that.
Not a real person. Not a real person. So yeah, all that. Like, fellas, if you know she looks too fine to be out of your league, she is. She just didn't randomly pop into your DMs and thought you were cute.
Right.
Like, she's a scammer, dog.
Right. And if she does, and it's all genuine, it's still a scam.
It's still a scam. Still a scam. I'm sorry.
Yo,
Okay.
We gotta have a show about like how thirsty we are, because it's so sad, because there have been so many times to where I was like, oh, maybe this girl hit me up. She followed me.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe I could.
And that's why
Maybe we could do something together.
Exactly. You ever seen an ugly scammer?
Yeah,
you have.
I have.
All them joints on social media, they be using the best pictures ever, yo.
I've seen. Yeah, I have seen the ugly one.
What? I've been waiting for
because
one.
it was because it was a sneaky joint.
Okay, I've been waiting
and
for
it was
like
because they were like, because they followed me, and then it was like, all right, and then I just left it. Then as soon as I liked the picture,
you like the picture
because you know what it was, I was scrolling too fast.
Oh yeah.
Then it accidentally double taps, and usually I just like, if that happens, I leave it usually.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
because I ain't like,
I know you ain't no renigger.
Right. Wait, what?
You ain't no renigger. And I'm looking for the scam joints. Here you go, scam joint right here. Just start following me. I'm a global trader. No, you're not. Get out of my face. No.
Global.
No, that's not you.
So
that's not your real picture.
You down Tulum?
Man, she probably she ain't in Tulum right now because she. Matter of fact, they follow back to back. Back to back. You might be real though, because I don't know. Do this.
Yeah, there's also that. Like,
everything is Forex. Every
Forex,
picture on the profile is Forex.
Binary trading.
When you gotta show how much money you traded, they always show the chart. They always show the picture with the chart.
That's weird. That's weird to me, because
they always gotta tell you how much money they made. Win big. One of my confirmed investors, picture how much money they made. First of all, is that Cash App? I'm not doing. They always show how much money they made. Again, here's the chart. What
does the chart mean?
I guess it's trying to show like the growth and things like that, like how steady. Like here's the one where you probably can't see the chart.
So why does everybody have the same chart?
That's my thing. We can all make charts. Like you can make charts for real. You can make the chart on Microsoft Word for real.
Right, but but literally, why does everybody have the same chart? Your name isn't Stacy.
They always show the picture of them doing well.
Right. They always show the car.
They always show the car that's not theirs. Or here's the picture at the Forex meeting with all their friends or Forex friends. At the little
all of them in suits.
Yeah, I like We front and meeting. They're always in the office somewhere in the middle, like some random office park. Here's the
Hey,
girl.
retreat.
Here's the girl
Like,
holding all the cash in her hand. I wish I could show this. First of all, anybody holding large amounts of cash in their hand? No.
First of all, you're asking to get robbed.
You're not getting robbed. But first of all, like what responsible adult is walking around? Look at this girl. She's probably got about $3,000 in her hand.
Mm.
Why is it not a bank? And if you're doing cash transactions,
you're pulling up with cash?
No, because it's a front. It's a lie.
Again, you're asking to get robbed.
If you have Forex trade in your profile name, yeah, good. Let me see. What are the other scams? I'm looking at real pages, y'all. I'm looking at real pages. I'm on IG right now.
Mm.
They never give the precise location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not clicking on that website. That joint that says stealmyidentity.com. Like,
right.
First of all, your name has official billionaire in it. Come on, fam.
More like official scammer.
Another guy, the chart. He got the chart here. See,
official finesser.
He got the picture with the K&G suit on.
K&G.
Got the K&G suit on. Yep, here go the picture with all his Forex friends.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, does this Batman have a suit with Jesus sandals on?
Not the sandals.
Where are you at, bro? You can't have it. Okay.
He's probably at Virginia Beach.
No, they're like. Side note, y'all. You can't wear a tuxedo jacket with Jesus sandals.
Mm.
That don't.
Not the Save the Levens.
You got the I die for your sins nines on. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? That doesn't make me want to buy Forex. That doesn't make me want to buy Bitcoin, dog. We got to do better.
Just because Mark Zuckerberg was in sandals, in the Jesus sandals, doesn't mean you could be in the Jesus sandals.
Yeah, Zuckerberg can do that. Yo, black ass can't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Oh, all right. I'm over it. Bob's and Karen. Yes, Bob's and Karen, Joe. I know there's a couple.
Not just a couple. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Bob the police. Let's talk about Bob the policeman that tried to stop somebody that he literally stopped, and he went up to somebody that was at a bus stop and said, hey there, what you doing here?
Wow.
What you doing around these parts?
Catching the bus. What you think? This is what they do.
Man.
Or on those lines, the one I sent you earlier, I guess the black dude, the real estate agent, showing the house with two black dudes.
Yeah.
People called the cops on him. Cops pull up, cuffed him and everything.
Yep.
That's I'm like, yo. Then they figure out, he is a real estate agent. Then they try to say, my bad, we apologize. This is nothing racial. It was everything racial.
Sure, Jan.
Everything racial.
No racial, bro.
First of all, and I know this, when you live in a neighborhood and there's a house for sale in the neighborhood, everyone in the neighborhood knows the house is for sale.
Right.
Outside of the sign being out, the neighbors, you probably know them. Even if I don't remember a house on in the street, like, we knew the house was for sale.
Yeah.
People coming to see the house. Like, nothing new. So they intentionally called the cops. They knew what they were doing.
Right.
Knew what they were doing. Call the cops. People can try and work. That's what. Again, black people trying to do a job. A man trying to work. I have friends in real estate, and I think about them. I have good friends, and I think about them, like black men and stuff, like trying to do a job. I don't know.
Right.
It's heartbreaking. Then they try to clean it up. This wasn't nothing racial. You didn't have to handcuff them.
Right.
You can figure out who somebody is without handcuffing them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Let's talk about the Karen that like went to someone's place and said, "Hey, I don't like that Tigger flag." Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
So apparently someone had like a Tigger flag on their porch. If
The
y'all
Tigger,
like Winnie the Pooh,
yeah.
Tigger. Apparently they had that, and someone Carrie comes up to the door and she's like, "I don't like that Tigger flag." Okay, is this your house? Like,
Go home. Privilege, yo.
it's
First of all, it's Tigger. Who cares about Tigger? You know me of the worst things. Go get a life. Go get a life.
Please mind your business.
I see somebody in my neighbors had a Tigger flag.
First of all, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, like, oh, Tigger.
And
oh,
if
you
I
got
see
kids?
if I see you, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, yo, you rock with Tigger? I rock with Tigger."
Where you get that from? Like,
yeah, because pretty much I might get one too.
Again,
Honestly.
Karens feel like the world revolves around them. Shut up.
Please.
Go home. Go get a life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me not say what I was about to say.
You gotta hold on to the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the police, the Bobs of the police force that beat up a man that was handcuffed. And like it was
I think I saw that one. Yeah, you sent me that one.
Yeah.
And I did see one. I know the one that happened in DC.
Mm-hmm.
But the cops I think they're gonna get in trouble for that. Let me find that one.
Yeah. Because there's really no context found in it, but we see man is handcuffed, and then we see 3 or 4 cops just trying to like rough him up.
Is that the one where he had like been on the run and he got away from the cops for a minute?
Oh, really?
And I think they were trying to get it in for their boy or something.
Wait, what?
Like something happened. Guy got away, but I guess he had I think he had gotten away from some of the other cops or something. So when the cops caught up with him, they pretty much jumped him in honor of their other cop. He didn't harm the other cop though. I think he just got away. He was on the run or something. So they jumped him like for they man, like pretty much.
Right.
So that's what they do.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. You know how that brotherhood goes. If you look at a cop, they jump you. Like all the other cops jump you because that's what they are now. This is gang.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tupac said it a long time ago. The police are a gang.
Yeah. That's how they operate. Like if you hurt one of us, you hurt all of us, and we all come after you. And we
right.
Yeah.
Man.
Anymore.
Yeah, we got him. Okay, so Lewis Brinson. It's an outfielder for the Miami Marlins. He was up to bat. Someone calls him nigger. And the mics picked it up.
Yeah.
Televised broadcast. And I know it's baseball and everything, but like at the same time, I'm like,
No.
But also you can't excuse it because I remember there was one I think it was last year. They found out that like one player was like a white supremacist, and then like a bunch of other white supremacists pulled up to the game and they were like applying him, and like they were like, yeah, we're here for him. Oh, so y'all are open about this.
Yeah, they are. Think about it. That's how bold they are.
It's scary.
They don't care. We go to the game, call it out. They don't care. Yes, they are very bold.
Let's see. Oh, this is a very weird one. A Karen claims that drinking dog piss keeps her looking young. And when I when I saw this video, I literally had to watch it twice because I was like, this lady did not just let her dog pee into a bottle and then her drink the bottle. And then she was like, oh yeah, it's filled with vitamin D, vitamin E, and like vitamin something else. And I was just like, wait. So you drinking dog piss?
But we've seen him do worse.
Sadly, we have.
We've seen him do worse.
Sadly, we have.
You can't even say nothing to that. I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
I saw the video and then I was like, all right, you know what?
You know what? All this stuff they be doing to animals, but Michael Vick got locked up, right? Right.
For dog fighting.
Right. Because all the other stuff they do to dogs and animals.
Mm-hmm.
They just have sex with them. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Keep it going. Because I'm gonna say something trifling. If I haven't already. Yeah.
Nah, that's it. But also I wanna say that, so I think it's today that it's the anniversary of Michael Brown's death.
Mm.
And I think either today or yesterday that is the anniversary of Bernie Mac's death also.
Saw that too. Yeah.
So we just want to say rest in peace to both of them, because Bernie Mac's legacy is insane and he's literally one of the kings of comedy. So we miss him, and we just wanted to say rest in peace to him. And for Michael Brown, he did not deserve to die.
Yeah.
Over what they said that he did.
Yeah. So yeah, rest in peace to them. I also want to say rest in peace to Dipset.
You had to go there?
Yeah, I'm still on it for that thrashing they took last week. I'm sorry.
You had to go there. Yo, okay. Real quick. I need somebody to tweet me back because I missed this part. Why were they marching around?
That's D Block. That's the D Block anthem. I said, go back and listen to D Block song.
All right.
Go back. Yeah, that song. He's got a little bit. Or find a video on YouTube. That's probably better.
Mm-hmm.
That D Block anthem. Yeah, like it's just different.
It really, you know why I'm saying this though, because it was really when like Dipset really started to they really started to fumble the bag, and then they started doing that, and I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, when Jadakiss called him out for everything.
Hey Ken, if you live in Miami.
Yo, personal shout out to Jada. I've always been a Jadakiss fan.
Yes.
If y'all didn't know by now,
You know now.
you know now.
If you know, you know.
If anybody won a week, if anybody in history of time could have won a week,
right,
that man won last week.
Right. That man has 2 verses in his pocket.
Don't ask him to be on no more. If somebody calls you and be like, "Yo, you're gonna do a versus Jadakiss," no, hang up on him. I don't care who you are. Hang up on him. He's going to embarrass you.
Right.
I don't care who you are at this point. Yes, and it may be somebody you might even have a better catalog. He's going to find a way to embarrass you. If I see Jadakiss walking down the street, I'm running. Like, leave that man alone. Let him be.
Please.
Let him be, please. For the sake of his whole reputation.
Right.
Leave him alone, yo. So I just had to say that because that's my hip hop right there.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious to see. I ain't seen nobody.
You know, it's also really sad. I'm mad that Dipset really didn't get into like, I feel like if they got into some individual songs,
they was getting thrashed. It's like, I don't know if you ever get a chance, go back and watch old Mike Tyson knockout videos.
Mm.
Matter of fact, there's a whole set. I think if you go on YouTube, like Ultimate Mike Tyson knockouts or something like that, and they show all of them in a row. And it's like 25 knockouts in like 5 minutes because that's how short the fights were. But you can clearly see once somebody takes when they take that first punch, that first thrashing,
mm-hmm.
everything they thought they was going to do goes out the window.
Right.
I hadn't seen the beating like that since one of them old Mike Tyson videos.
Man, do you remember there's one video of Muhammad Ali where he's up against the ropes. Somebody's trying to punch him. He's literally just dodging all of it.
He's playing with him. Yeah. Like, he's playing with him. No, go back and watch the Mike Tyson joints where it's just 30 seconds, one uppercut, they done. Like, that's what this was. They came out, gave him a 2-piece with a biscuit, and it was a long night. Long night. So I had to shout that out because as a hip hop fan, I know we still got to talk about Reason to Rhyme at some point later this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, if y'all get a chance, go watch that. It's just I haven't watched something that hilarious in a long time.
Best one.
Yeah.
Best one.
All right. So on that note, let's get out of here, y'all.
All right. Hey, wait, before we do that, we're sponsored by the Black Squirrel Media Network.
Yep.
Come to Black Squirrel.
Yep.
Black creatives, black, all black.
Black, blackity, black. Yeah, all that jazz. Yep. And until next week, y'all, we out. Peace.